going to be a tutorial on the look that I'm wearing right now, which is a very, very dramatic modern day 60s Lana Del Rey-ish kind of look. While it is a little bit more tricky to do than some of the other looks that we've done, I have tried to make it as easy as possible for you. If you just follow along, take your time, and practice, this technique will be something you have down in no time. When I first started doing makeup and was really trying to improve my artistry, a cut crease, especially a 60s looking one, was something that I just was obsessed with, and I really dedicated myself to learning how to do it. And granted, the way I did it today isn't exactly perfect, and oddly enough, I can do this better on other people than I can do it on myself. I still wanted to do it and share it with you guys because I would like to have some more tutorials with cut creases in them. So this will kind of be our crash course 101 cut crease video. One thing that made this look something that I was finally able to achieve in the first place, aside from practicing, was the Sigma Performance line that they came out with a few years ago. I purchased a set of these for myself, I purchased them for my kid, and then when all my brushes got stolen, I just repurchased them. I think this is an amazing set of brushes to have if you're trying to step up your game in your makeup artistry, and it really does make this look so much easier. You will see what I mean. Anyway, once again, you guys don't have to go as dramatic with it as I did. You can kind of keep this area much more modern. This is a very 60s kind of shape that I created, and the best part about this look is it makes your eyes look massive. So my smaller-eyed girls, this is probably going to be something you're really going to enjoy. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Please subscribe if you have not. Check the down bar for links to my Facebook, my Pinterest, my Instagram, and my website. And I will see you guys in my next video, which will be, dun 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 dun, my hair tutorial. Yay! I love you guys more than you will ever know. Bye! Alright guys, we are starting off with MAC Painterly Paint Pot, or whatever primer you have. You can definitely use a concealer. You just need to have something laid down on the eye to give our eyeshadow something to stick to and make it last all day long. Now I'm taking vanilla eyeshadow from MAC. You can use any color that is a kind of a creamy white skin tone color. This part is optional. Not everyone needs to do this, but for the noobs or anyone who's just getting started, this is really going to make it a lot easier to lay down an eyeshadow on the eyelid first before we start blending. This is Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek. I've used it a lot before, I think. This is an E40 from Sigma, and we are starting this off on our crease like we always do, but the big difference here is we are not taking this in the outer corner, and we are starting really high on our lid, almost touching our brow bone. But we're just going to work with that, build the color slowly, stay away from the outer corner of your eye, stay up as far as you can without it actually hitting your brow bone. Now we're taking Creme Brûlée from Makeup Geek, which is another favorite of mine, on a 286 brush from MAC, and I am starting to softly, ever so softly, create the shape that I want, which is very, very high on my lid, highest on the inner corner of my brow, coming down a little bit slowly around my eye, my actual eyeball on my orbital bone, and then lifting up on the outer corner. You will see this shape get repeated a million times, but you just want to keep the lid very clean and keep the crease that we are creating very, very lifted and very high. This is Saddle from MAC. It's just like the other colors we've used, just a little bit darker, and I'm taking this on one of the Sigma Precision brushes I was talking about in my intro, and I am replicating that shape again, but just a little bit lower and a little bit more precisely and a little bit more densely. We are starting the shape at the top, like the very, very top of it is going to be near our eyebrow, near our nose. It's going to slightly come down, conforming to the shape of our orbital bone, and then it's going to flick out. That's just kind of what you're going to have to remember to do, is keep the shape consistent, move slowly. You're going to have your lightest color is going to go closer to your eyebrow, and then you're going to work your way down. Go in with as little product as possible. Take your time, blend it out. Keep the lid clean. That is the #1 trick here to creating this look and making it as easy as possible for yourself. That shape is kind of starting, as you can tell. Then I'm going to go in with Cocoa Bear. I swear excuse my manicure. Ew, gross, when you get a villain. Cocoa Bear ends up in every video. It doesn't matter like what my intentions are for it. It's going to show up. But anyway, I'm taking this on an angle brush. This one is from MAC, I believe, and I'm once again following the shape we've already started. It's going to start highest near our nose. It's going to slightly swoop down around our eyeball, the actual ball of our eye, and then it's going to flick upwards on the outer corner. The same way that my eyeliner flips up in the outer corner to make my eye look lifted, we are doing that with our eyeshadow today. So keeping that up, you don't want it to go too droopy. It actually is very 60s to make that line go very, very round around your eye, but this is a modern take on it. So we just want it to kind of come outwards. And there's our shape, albeit a very harsh line, but it's there and it's starting. We're going to start blending this out. This is another one of those Sigma brushes I was talking about. Even though we do want the crease part to be very, very defined, since Cocoa Bear is not our darkest color, we do want that part, the Cocoa Bear shade, to be a little bit more diffused. So I'm just blending it in with that 286 again, softening it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go on with Carbon for MAC. This is kind of like a trust fall of YouTube tutorials because trust me, I know it's really intimidating to go in with a black right there on the lid, but just have to do it. You have to start the line. If you notice, I'm going really slowly. There's not a lot of pressure on my brush at all. I'm moving super, super slow. If you think this is intimidating, you guys should know that most people who do cut creases, like the pros and people who are very experienced, they take a gel liner and they just right off the bat draw their crease in, and then they go in and blend out other colors around it. But since gel liner is very unforgiving on the lid, and if you mess up, you have to completely start over, I thought kind of helping you guys by creating your shape first several times with lighter colors would make this segment of your eye look a little bit easier. But yeah, once again, we're just following that line we've already created, moving slowly, small little strokes. And then I'm going to go in with another one of those Sigma brushes. It's the first one I used from the Precision collection in this video, just to blend it out, soften it up. We really want to use a brush that's really small like this because while we do want it blended, we want it to be the color to stay where we laid it. We don't want this black to go up too high. We just want it to become a little bit friendlier with that Cocoa Bear that we already have laid down on our lid. We are moving slowly, we are blending, we are being patient, and we are also looking down at a mirror. I can't remember if I told you that, but if you look down into a mirror, it's really gonna make this a lot easier for you to kind of see where your natural crease starts, which is gonna help your shape a lot. Also, we're blending. Now I'm taking Swiss Chocolate from MAC. It's just a dark brown color. I've used it before. And we're going to take it back on that angled brush that we were using before. This is just a fun trick. After you've blended out that black, if you go in with a dark brown on top of that black, it will still help intensify the crease, which is our goal. We want that crease, the cut crease, hence the name, to be as intense as possible. But if you use too much black, it'll start to kind of get away from you and become difficult to blend. So using a brown to intensify it will help a lot. We are just blending this bad boy out one more time. I know it seems like we're going a little haywire with the blending, but you have to do it. I'm adding a little bit more vanilla on the lid to make the lid nice and vibrant and make sure that it pops. Rice paper on the brow bone. Notice that there still is room for that. So you want it high, but not so high that you can't put a brow bone highlight in. And then these little brow hairs are driving me nuts, stepping out like, I don't know, brow Beyonce Knowles. So I just decided to slap on some brow gel to move them out of the way. That's Anastasia Beverly Hills brow gel tutorial on my brows coming soon, pimpin'. All right, now that we have all that done, it's time to do winged liner. Today I'm using the Kat Von D Tattoo. I like it a lot. I like it so much it's almost inconvenient because this is my first time using it, hence the reason I am moving so slow and almost like I'm terrified. But it's really good, and I just don't like spending this much money on eyeliner. Talk, Whitney. But yeah, when you're doing your eyeliner, you do want to do a wing. But you also want to make sure that the wing of your eyeshadow and the wing of your liner do not intersect. You want to have your cut crease with your wing shadow, and then you want to have your wing liner, and nary the twain shall meet. They need to have like some space between them. Depending on how big your eye is or your eye shape, you might have more space than I do. But you want to keep it there because all these lines are going to give the illusion of the bigger eye. That's the 60s thing we're going for. And I'm tight lining. I really don't know how to tight line in frame any other way than do it in the viewfinder. So sorry for the super sci-fi shot we got going on here, but it is what it is. Now I am curling my lashes. To get them ready for false lashes, I'm using Paige from Flutter lashes. These are my absolute favorite eyelashes of life. I have mentioned before that Ardell makes a similar style. They're called like Double Up 203s. They're very similar, just made out of a different material. This is powder I'm putting on my face. I've already done my under eye concealer and I've set it. You guys have seen me do this a million times, and I also have a whole video dedicated to it. I'm bronzing right now, by the way, but I didn't want to talk too much about that because I really want to focus on teaching you the eye technique. So I will link my contour and highlight video in the bottom bar that goes way more in depth as to what I'm doing and why. But at this point, I'm just bronzing because I hadn't really decided if I want to contour or not yet. At the end, I do go back and contour just a little, but yeah. I didn't want this video to be like a million years long, so I wanted to focus mostly on the eyes and not too much on anything else. Now I'm going in with more eyeshadow primer. This one is Urban Decay. I'm just rubbing it underneath my eye, and then I'm taking a black eyeshadow on that angled brush we were using before, and I'm creating a line underneath my eye. As you can tell, the line extends past the actual eyeball, and it comes outward following the shape of my eyeliner on top, because once again, we do not want those lines to touch. We want it to go out as far as the wing shadow does. We're keeping the waterline clean. Now I'm going in with a gel liner, and I am just running it the same area that I ran that first line. Once again, this just makes it easier to kind of map out your shape with a powder and then go in with your darkest of colors and just follow along what you already did. You can kind of tell I smoked out my bottom lash line just a little bit with some Cocoa Bear. I didn't want to, this is NC15 and W20 eyeliner from MAC. It's a flesh colored eyeliner. I'm putting it in my waterline. I didn't want to include me smoking out bottom lash line because I do it all the time. Feel free to watch any one of my videos and you will see me do it. But this is just to create a little bit of a blend between the black and my skin tone. Mascara-ing the bottom lashes like I always do. And as you can tell, the area near my tear duct, near my nose, is super bright. There's a lot of space right there, and I really like that look, but just to make it a little bit more modern, a little bit more wearable, I took some eyeshadow on that angled brush, and I brought that line up a little bit more. Either way, it looks really cool to me, but I just felt like bringing that line in and kind of making it just a hair more modern. Now I'm applying, breathe girl. Now I'm applying individual lashes. These are just from Ardell, I think, and they are the short version. I'm just putting them on my under lash line where my lashes are. You don't have to do this part, but it was very 60s to have false lashes on your bottom lash line. Now I'm taking Illamasqua blush in the color Lover, putting it all over my cheeks. I picked this one because I love the color and it's just nude enough that it fits into our whole 60s motif. Excuse me, I cannot get through a tutorial without burping. It's ridiculous. Now I'm taking Soft and Gentle from MAC as my highlighter. Ooh, I forgot how much I love this highlighter until I was watching this footage. It's just so beautiful. It's not very 60s, once again, to have shimmer on the face, but I felt like doing it, so yeah, booyah. Now I'm taking Urban Decay All Nighter Chill Setting Spray and putting it all, well, okay, hello, this is not a dress rehearsal, okay. Now we're going to put it all over the face just to set all of our hard, beautiful work. And now I am taking the Pro Longwear, I think it's Pro Longwear, it's Nice and Spicy lip liner from MAC, and I'm going to put that all over my lips. Please excuse my skin. I am in the middle of a hormonal breakout, but I decided to embrace the ugly and film this video any dang way. So this is Coquette from Lime Crime, going all over the lips. It is very nude, very nude. It is very 60s to have a nude lip. But they were matte. We're just gonna, that was my phone, I didn't just poot, I swear. Marc Jacobs Sweet Escape lip gloss all over the lips because I still wanted to make it a little bit more modern, but you can keep it matte if you want to. That's the very mod look. And now I decided to contour and I'm blending it out, and that is the end of my tutorial, and I hope this made sense to you, and I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!